Hey guys, welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We pick up here in the Dwarven City of Orzammar, where we are, of course, getting dragged into a political conflict. Before we decide to make a stand either way, we are going to explore the city and get the opinion of the common folk on who is sort of the best choice to ally ourselves with. So let's head this way. We'll start here in Jannar Armorers. I don't know if they'll have any political information, but they might have some... Oh, looks like at least he has a quest.
Welcome to Jannar Family Armorers. I must say, you look like our type of people.
Is it the
Looking
swords?
for a new
Did
set
that
of
give it
mail?
away?
At Jannar's, we have everything from leather to platinum.
Jannar, do you have a daughter named Dagna?
Has she been bothering you? It's a whiff of surface stink, and she's like a cave tick. Won't let go.
I'd like to help her study with the mages.
Do you even know what that means? If Dagna goes to the surface, she forfeits her caste. She'll never be able to marry or work in Orzammar again. Dwarves don't do magic.
So
Dagna
dwarves
knows
can
that.
never
It's
go
just
above
a
ground or they
childhood
lose
fantasy that
everything?
dies.
That's
Please.
pretty drastic, isn't it? Like, so does the king never go to, like, meet other kings? Huh.
Please, don't encourage Dagna further. Tell her you were wrong and that her place is with her family.
I mean, I'm not gonna do that. She's a grown woman. You can, she can make her own decisions. So, for now, let's, change topics and say, do you know anything about what's happening with the king?
I stay out of politics. It's not good for a smith to get the attention of those who grant vendors licenses. Lord Haroman's a fair man. My father did business with him, and he always paid on time. But the Idukans have served us well. If it is the ancestors' wisdom
Yeah,
to
but
keep
the
them
son
on
is
the
not
throne,
necessarily as good as the father, so... I will take that as a point for Haroman, at least, that he was kind to his workers. Oh, what is this wall carving? We got a new codex about life in Orzammar. The dwarves of Orzammar are quite unlike those found in most human cities. Although Orzammar derives its vast wealth from trade with human kingdoms, all dwarves who come to the surface to trade are stripped of their position in society. Dwarven merchants are so ubiquitous in human cities that many people labor under the impression that all dwarves are merchants, or that their whole race worships coin and trade. But these surface dwarves are atypical creatures, the ones willing to give up all ties to their kin and sacrifice their rank in order to conduct business. Below ground, the dwarves are a people obsessed with honor, their own and that of their family. Most nobles incorporate chainmail even into formal gowns, because slights and insults often turn deadly. They are a people who revere excellence and strive to achieve it in all things. Even members of the servant caste have been elevated to paragons, usually posthumously, in recognition of a remarkable service. That's so interesting that they're so hard on people who go to the surface, yet they need the people who go to the surface. Plus, they allow outsiders in, so it's like, I don't know. Seems a weird stance to have. Hey, Dagna.
You're back? But it takes 2 weeks and 4 days minimum to make the journey to the Circle Tower.
I don't even know that. That's quite impressive.
And just a little disturbing. Why do I get the feeling charting routes to the Circle Tower is one of her favorite hobbies?
I'm guessing you haven't left yet.
Your father doesn't want you to go to the circle.
You talked to him? Of course he won't let me go. He wants to sell me off for the highest dowry. I don't care if I lose my caste. I'll stay on the surface forever.
Why are you so interested in magic anyway?
Here in Orzammar, we're surrounded by stone and tradition and more stone. Nothing ever changes. But to break every natural law by thinking about it, to dream and walk in a realm where everything you think comes true, I can't imagine anything more wonderful.
I'm not going to be leaving Orzammar until this election is resolved.
Well, I've waited 19 years. Another month won't kill me.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I can understand her father obviously not wanting her to go, she's a grown woman. She wants to see the world. She asked me for help. I'm definitely gonna help her. I mean, maybe the circle won't take her anyway, but once we get out of here, we'll go talk to them and see.
Ancestors, guard my son, for he is lost in darkness. Mothers, keep him safe, for you know what it is to mourn.
Hello.
I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone.
So this is some kind of shrine.
I don't know that word. This is a section of stone kept bare to receive our prayers. The stone gave rise to our people, and it is where their spirits return in death.
What were you praying for?
My name is Vilda, widow of Turok of the Smith caste. I pray here every day for my son, Rak. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul.
What happened to him?
It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them.
Did anyone go after him?
The captains don't want to lose anyone searching for stray men. Too many were taken by dark spawn that way.
Well, I'll say we shouldn't abandon him. I'll look for him if you want.
How? There is no way except to brave the deep roads yourself.
I'm a Grey Warden. That's what we do.
A warden? So you could do it. Only wardens face the deep roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good widow Vilda. We'll do our best.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
Wynn is such a sweetheart. I love her so much. Hey, another nug! Nug wrangling complete. Right, what do we have here?
Watch out for that puddle of whatever it is.
Ew! A puddle of whatever? Ah, we're at the tavern. Checks out. Alright, so it's very...
I thought it was just something they
Easy
tricked
in here.
services into drinking, as a joke.
I guess it's not good. You didn't like it?
Atrastvala, stranger. You must be the Grey Warden we heard about. Welcome to Tapsters. I'm Cora, your hostess. How may I serve you?
I'd like to hear a bit about the city.
So you come to Tapsters? I guess you're not asking for anything official, or you'd be at the Shaperate. But I can certainly give you a mole's eye view.
Both views are helpful. Are there any places I should see while I'm here?
The nobles stay upstairs, except when they're slumming. You'll find the assembly there, the palace, the Shaperate, and plenty of estates. Down from here is just Dust Town or the mines, so my recommendation is avoid. It's not part of the city, just some old tunnels where the casteless build their nest. No one goes there if they can help it. But if you want fun, your best bet is the Proving.
I'd like a drink.
With 52 types of ale, 17 types of mead, and a dozen imported wines.
Wow,
we should
they've
be
got
able to
quite the
serve you.
selection.
What do you have?
A round of your best brew for myself and the house. The wardens are in town. Let's celebrate, baby.
Someone's feeling generous. A round of Valentis Red for everyone.
Plus, maybe some ale
This, my
will
friend,
loosen
is
lips.
The paragon of ales. The best your money can buy. Enjoy.
And get us some more info. Only costs us 1 silver, 20 copper to buy a round for everybody. It's not bad. Hello?
Afternoon, stranger. Looking for a stool to share a brew?
Don't mind if I do.
I recommend the Lycan Ale. They brew it downstairs. Name's Naveen. I fight with Prince Balin's Expeditionary Field Unit. Yourself?
I'm Talon, a Grey Warden.
Figured as much. Good folks, wardens. I was in the deep roads when that one came by. What was his name? Duncan.
Oh, you met Duncan.
Something like that.
You knew Duncan?
I met him, sure. Good man. Solid. He knows what we go through in the deep roads. Not many do. Not even the ones who live this close. You have to be on the front lines.
You work for Balin?
I go where I'm sent, fight when I'm there, and leave politics where it belongs.
Who's your unit fighting?
Darkspawn. Not much use in turning our weapons elsewhere while those vermin still live.
I've never been in the deep roads.
Every Grey Warden ends up there. That's where they send you when you're ready to leave this world. Go die in the dark, putting away as many vermin as you can. Getting more crowded these days, though. Lots of people interested all of a sudden. We go back tomorrow, and we're not the only ones.
Who's sending you out?
Balin ordered us in at first bell. He's splitting us into 4 teams to search for some of the lost tigers. Looking for signs of Bronca, I guess. Seems to be who everyone's after.
Who else is in the deep roads?
Lord Haroman's got his own men there, all looking for
Okay,
signs
they're all
of
searching
Bronca.
for the Paragon, because I'm sure the one who finds her will,
Paragon.
you know, get
Everyone
glory or
wants
whatever.
someone to put in charge.
Okay, well, thanks for the drink, but I should go.
Watch yourself. Orzammar politics are getting near as dangerous as battle.
Didn't get any political insights, but we did get some just info about the city and the Deep Roads.
I don't understand why the provings aren't open to everyone. I mean, it's how the ancestors show their favor. Do they really need our help to decide who's worthy? And then he practically slapped me.
Hello, Lord Helmy. Sounds like you've got some tea you'd like to spill.
Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. You understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no castes, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden?
I mean, most humans treat my people like you're casteless.
But there are those like you who see this with concern, no? Well, I've taken the time to actually talk to the other castes. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the assembly. Orzammar is so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary.
I like this guy. So you get to vote on the next king?
Me and 79 other fine, upstanding examples of how someone who's born into every privilege inevitably wants more. They're not fond of my views on equality.
Who are you voting for?
I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Quarter in his life. But Lord Haroman seems a bit more forgiving. Prince Balin's brilliant, I'll give him that. And subtle.
Okay, here we go. Here's some more points in Haroman's favor. I'm definitely glad we took the time to come down and talk to other people, because we're getting more support for my gut opinion, which is nice. How does the caste system work, anyway?
Badly. You're serious? Well, it's simple, I guess. The king and elected deshers of the assembly are at the top. Then it's the nobles. Then the warriors and all the craftsmen. At the bottom are servants. The casteless and criminals are below even that. Your caste is determined by that of your same-sex parent. And that's where you stay your whole life, whatever your skill.
Okay, I should get going.
As you wish.
They're everywhere! I can't take it!
Are you okay?
What? Get away! You'll change like the rest. Monsters hidden in all my friends.
What are you talking about?
They follow you. Once you are in the story, they possess your friends and follow. See? I found copies. All from the same pen and older than the ones in song. Dormant my ass. Take them. I want out. I won't
What is
disappear
happening?
chasing a lie. I won't.
Codex has been updated to find 3 weathered parchments with 3 versions of the same incomplete story. The story is, and when his kingdom fell, so disappeared the stolen riches of an age. The beast, the unbound, dormant until one of true spirit claims his throne. So must hunt the hero of his people, the principled who would search for ancient evil. This is how they can make a real difference. Scribbled in the corner in a shaky hand is 3 pages, 3 ages, same story, updated, same as the Tavern song, but older. Signature torn on purpose, but compare and get Vilm Madame. All from him. How? Huh. Interesting. Okay, well, this trip to the tap room was definitely, helpful. We got a lot of good information. I will definitely take.
Topsiders? Good. Get some outside gold in here. Calm people down. Make them think we should open the gates for good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for.
Your allegiance to this Balin is clear, but why?
Not your business, but I see where the gold is. He's the traditional pick, yet he wants a new way, whether some like it or not.
Some say Balin killed his father.
Just as many say Haroman. Neither are paragons, and the scales being equal, I go with the promise of more trade.
You approve of this chaos?
Can't find ore without splitting some stone. My investments are solid, I'll be fine. The Assembly has done us a favor. They've shown just how loose the sand is under our feet. It opens people to change.
So that's interesting. Balin wants to encourage more topside trade and stuff, which I definitely do agree with, but I mean, if he's kind of a ruthless person, that wouldn't be good for the dwarves either. A blight is coming. Orzammar can't be divided.
Orzammar will decide what we can or can't be. Blight may be imminent on the surface, but our warriors are well seasoned against dark spawn. There will be topsiders left for trade. There's no end to you.
Okay. So, I just bought this new armor for Talon from Legnar here, and we actually got a codex entry for it. Let's see what that is. Should be under items. Shadow of the Empire. That's what this armor is called. The Crows of Antiva may be the most famous and most expensive of Thetis' assassins, but they are not the most active. That dubious honor belongs to the Shadows of the Emperor, the personal cadre of killers employed by the throne of Orlais. Almost exclusively, the Shadows work against other noble families in Val Royeaux. No one knows who they are, not even the sitting Emperor, and some in the court dismiss them as only a myth. The assassins have slipped into aristocratic life, working as palace servants, ladies-in-waiting, and on one notorious occasion, the Chamberlain himself. This armor was made for use by the Shadows whenever the grand game should wander out of hand. Interesting. So we are wearing armor now of very famous, devious assassins. That's kind of cool. We also really match with Liliana. What a cute couple we make. Look at this. Love it. Alright. What do we have over here? Brother Burkel.
Maker's blessing on you, brother.
I didn't think dwarves believed in the Maker.
I'm Brother Burkel of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar.
Whose permission do you need to open a chantry?
The Shaperid controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer meeting.
Do you want me to talk to him for you?
Oh, I'd hoped you'd say that. I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always.
If this chantry could help just one person as much as it helped me, it's worth any trouble.
Please let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm very religious, but my girlfriend is, so we'll help you out. Ooh, another Nug! Nug hunt, Nug hunt.
Orzammar welcomes you.
Okay, so down here must be where the casteless live, Dust Town. Let's go down here. So this is equivalent sort of...
Oh dear. The differences between this side of town and the others is striking.
Yeah, this is very similar to the alienage for elves, so personally I understand being forced to live in the shitty part of town. Uh-oh! And we're attacked already. Alright, down they go. They don't have any loot on them, poor things. They don't have anything, I guess. Hello?
Who are you? You don't look like any guardsman I ever saw, and that's not much of a uniform.
I'm Talon, a Grey Warden.
Oh, you looking for a chance to bring in some coin? Could be I have that opportunity. Especially for someone with a few connections above ground.
Sounds like I might not approve of your kind of opportunity.
Long as you keep your eyes down and your mouth shut, we've got no further business.
Alright, guess we're not getting those quests.
Whoever you're looking for, it's not me, I swear.
Alamar's Emporium. There's actually stores down here? Interesting. Hello.
What are you looking for? We got nothing to buy for the likes of you. Or maybe you wanted to sell.
This doesn't look like a store.
Well, our business is kind of covert, if you know what I mean.
Ah.
It's illegal in Orzammar for me to engage in protected trade, but they look the other way if I share things with my friends. For money.
Okay. I have some spare equipment. What'll you give me?
Why don't you take a look?
Oh, so he does sell things. That was a complete lie. He totally sells things. Look at all these things that he sells.
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here.
I'm looking for a thief who stole from the Shaperate.
Is that so? What makes you think anyone here would turn me, this person in? You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden, and I've already passed your stupid tome along. Too bad for you.
Alright, I guess now we're going to fight.
Make him be brave.
4-on-1 wasn't the best odds, sir.
Alright, alright.
He does have a receipt. A losing betting receipt crumbled in anger. These are only printed in the proving grounds. So maybe that's where he traded the book.
Well, look at that. It's not often old Nadezhda sees a fine-dressed stranger here in Dusttown. Help a poor cripple.
Here's 5 silvers. Buy yourself some food.
Well, thank you truly, my lord. That's right good of you. It takes a stranger to notice how bad things are, huh? No dwarf would lift a sodding finger. Excuse my language. What takes you out of the diamond quarter, stranger? You got a vice you're looking for old Nadezhda to fill?
How did you get crippled?
I'd say it was an accident, try to get some sympathy coin, but you look like you'd rather hear the truth. I was running protection for the Carta when some guardsmen caught me. Duster I was with had coin for a bribe, but I took a stand. Guardsmen broke my sodding kneecaps and had me kneel in dung until the infection set in.
Oh my god.
Never healed proper.
That is brutal. Can he just get away with that?
I don't know where you're from, but in Orzammar, casteless have no lineage, so it's no crime to hurt you.
Damn.
You're born to wear a branded face in Orzammar, and you'll live your life in Dusttown.
Why don't they just leave and go to the surface, I wonder?
I'll just stay out of your way then.
Seems like it would be better than living down here, don't you think? Maybe they're not allowed, though. Is that a nug? It's some dead nugs. Okay. Not the ones we're looking for.
Spare a bit for the needy?
Hello.
Have you a coin to spare, my lord? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Neither have I.
Here's 5 silvers. Buy yourself a meal.
Thank you. That a stranger would care so much when my own family barred me from their halls unless I'm willing to. But no! I can't bear to even think of it!
What's wrong?
My name is Erlinda. I wasn't always like this. I was born to a mining caste family. We weren't wealthy, but I never went hungry before. Now it's all gone, and it's my own fault. Ancestors curse me, but there's nothing I can do to set it right.
What happened?
I fell in love. He seemed so exotic, you know? Tough and smart, and never had to bow his head to anyone. He was casteless, and I know he was just trying to father a higher caste child so he could petition for status. But our child was a son, casteless like his father.
Because they said it follows the same sex parent, so only a daughter would have had a higher status.
In the deep roads and pretend
Interesting.
I never bore him.
That's horrible.
I cannot abandon my baby. The Shapers teach that only children of true lineage exist, not those born casteless. But they never carried a child. He cries like any other infant, and smiles when he's warm and full. I can't kill him because of an accident of birth, an accident I forced on him?
Can't you just take your son to the surface?
I thought about that. They say there's no caste up there, that humans don't care about lineage. I've never met a surfacer, though. I thought it might not be safe.
I'm from the surface.
And you've been kinder than any of my countrymen. Perhaps it's a sign. If it gives my son a chance to live, I will go. Thank you, stranger, for opening my eyes. Perhaps I'll see you next in the light of the sun.
Hopefully things work out for you, ma'am. Suspicious door is suspicious. This door appears to be made of solid stone. There is no visible means of opening it. On closer inspection, there's a small slot concealed in a fold of the stone, just big enough for a finger. Look through the slot. You see nothing but blackness. Okay then. Suspicious door remains suspicious. One last here. Slums House. Just a house in the slums, as the name suggested. I feel bad robbing it. They don't have anything as it is. But it's just so tempting. The chest was shiny! I can't help it! Alright, guess we're done down here in Dusttown. I feel like I've gotten enough information now. Obviously, we don't have a definitive answer either way. For all we know, Haroman could have actually killed the previous king. Hold that thought for a second, because we did just get a codex entry on the caste list. The caste system in Orzammar includes many groups of privilege, the nobility and the warriors above all others, but to a lesser degree, the merchants and the smiths and the miners. Tradition establishes a clear hierarchy, but as in any culture with an upper class, there's also a clear underclass. These unfortunates, the so-called casteless, are believed to be descendants of criminals and other undesirables. They've been looked down upon since Orzammar's foundation. They have taken up residence in a place called Dusttown, a crumbling ruin on the fringe of Orzammar's common areas. Orzammar society considers these casteless lower than even the servant caste. Indeed, the casteless are not allowed to become servants, as it is too honorable a position. They are seen as little better than animals, their faces branded at birth to mark them as the bastard children of the kingdom. Their home district, little more than a slum, is a haven for crime, organized and otherwise. Orzammar's guards seemingly cannot be bothered to patrol its streets. The best that most casteless dwarves can hope for is a life at the whim of a local crime lord, ended abruptly by violence or an overabundance of toxic lichen ale. Even so, there is some hope for the casteless, a dangling rope that offers a way up into greater Orzammar society. Since a dwarf's caste is determined by the parent of the same sex, the male child of a nobleman is part of that noble's house and caste. Strangely, it is acceptable for casteless women to train in the arts of courtly romance, to woo nobles and warriors. They are known as noble hunters. Any male born from such a union is considered a joyous event, considering the low rate of dwarven fertility. The mother and the entire family are then taken in by the father's house, although they retain their caste. The dwarves we know on the surface are also considered casteless once they leave Orzammar, although this is only relevant to those who return, if they are allowed to return at all. Dwarves who leave for the surface, the sun-touched, as they're often called, behind their backs, lose their connection to the stone in the favor of the ancestors, and thus are worthy of little more than pity, for upon dying they are said to be lost to the stone forever. That way, it seems a sad existence indeed. God, yeah, the dwarf caste system is pretty brutal, man. There's no other way to put it. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I feel like I've gathered enough information to go along with my gut feeling that Haroman seems like a decent guy, and I mean, obviously not being from here and having little information to base our decision on, a decent guy seems to be, you know, kind of the best we can go for here, so I think I'm gonna go pledge my support to Lord Haroman after we give the Nug Wrangler these nugs.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen, but there's more out there.
Happy to help. Thanks for your silver. Okay, so here's Haroman's estate. Go talk to Doolin.
Do you see how things lie, Warden? Lord Haroman cannot trust you unproven, but he welcomes a good faith gesture.
I'll say... What'd you ask me to do again?
Balin is hosting a proving tournament to honor his father's memory, but he somehow scared off most of Lord Haramon's fighters. If you can enter as Haramon's champion, you would prove your dedication well.
Right. Alright. I'll enter the proving and see why the others withdrew.
Excellent. The arena is located off the Commons. Talk to the proving master and tell him you're entering Lord Haramon's roster. The key fighters we lost were Guidon and Beisel. You can look for them in the fighters' preparation chambers behind the ring. And be sure it's before the fights begin. After the first bout, no one may change the roster. If you need to find me again, I will wait in the Tapster's Tavern off the Commons. There is no better place to hear gossip. Perhaps even word of your victory.
Alright. Sounds good. So, we've made our allegiance clear. We've decided to side with Lord Haroman, for better or for worse. Hopefully it is for better. Regardless, if we can solve this political situation, we should get the allies that we are looking for. So, we'll hope for the best, expect the worst, but get our reward out of it either way. So on our next episode, guys, we will head to the Proving to participate as Lord Haramon's champion, and hopefully get a little clarity and put an end to this political upheaval. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Hoping you're enjoying the series so far. Please let me know if you are down in the comments section below. Hit that thumbs up button on the video and maybe consider subscribing to the channel as well. I'd really appreciate all the support. Thanks so much everyone, and see you soon.